Alright people, so I'm here with a rant. February, it's Black History Month. And they got all these things now with black dating sites, black TV channels, Black History Month. And I think it's stupid. Because if you came out with a white something, you would be so-called racist, but oh, it's fine if the blacks, like Marshawn Lynch, I believe it was. He's like, oh yeah, I love all my black people out there, African Americans out there. And there was like no media backlash about it at all. Think of what happened if fucking a white guy was like, yeah, hi all my whites out there, my white boys out there. So I think we got a standard now where if there's something like a white dating site is looked as racist. Like back in the fucking 60s when there was stuff made only for whites, white drinking fountains. That's looked as the most horrible thing ever. But now there's things that blacks only, a black TV station, black dating site, black this, black that. Oh, that's fine. Oh, it's not. And I think February, Black History Month. I get that Martin Luther King and heroes like that were actually good people, and they should be recognized as good people. All right, but at the same time, we should also realize other people in the world who were not black, who are great heroes in our society and fought for good things. Like George Washington. I think Black History Month should be Human History Month. Meaning, and Alex Jones kind of talked about this a little bit too. I think it should be Human History Month, and we should encompass all people of all races, of all whatever, gender, sexual orientation, whatever, into this whole month. And we should recognize all heroes, all people. It should be Human History Month. Meaning that anybody who fought for equal rights or fought for liberty or the Constitution is a good person. So I think we should just remember all people, all good people, during this month, and not just the black people. The black people are good people. There are a lot of good black people out there who fought for good. As I said, Martin Luther King was a great man who fought for, equal rights for blacks. Don't judge a man by the content of his character. Judge by the content of the character. Don't judge by his skin color, which is so true. But then you get the blacks out there who seem to not even are following that anymore, and who are just, really when Michael Brown gets killed, they back him up no matter what. They say, oh, Darren Wilson, put him in jail or what. It's and the only reason they're saying that is because, and the only reason they're paying more attention to that is because Darren or Michael Brown's black. So you see that what Martin Luther King said about 50 years ago isn't really true today. The black people are not following what he said. But I think that they're really trying to, the government and just the global elite, like George Soros, who's funding the Ferguson riots, are really trying to create a war that's trying to divide the people based on race. Because if you get people, I've said this a lot, if you get people fighting amongst each other based on race, they're not going to fight for the real issues, like our corrupt government, and they're not going to fight for Constitution or the liberty. All they're going to worry about is fighting between races. So, again, I think Black History Month should be Human History Month. Blacks and whites should just unite together and fight for just basic things like freedom, liberty, the Constitution, due process, just shit like that. We should unite. And we shouldn't say, oh, let's just look at the blacks in this, or let's just look at the whites. No, we should just become one. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter. I realize that, most blacks, a lot of blacks out there, are criminals. Probably more, I think more than whites. But that doesn't mean that we should, I don't think we should look down upon all blacks as bad, or vice versa. We should judge everybody on a, on a case-to-case basis here. All right? And again, I think all we gotta do is unite and just say fuck all this bullshit, saying all this racist bullshit, with Ferguson and all these other issues and whatnot. Fuck it. Let's just unite, become friends, talk amongst each other, and create good relationships amongst each other. All right, fuck these racial issues. It's fucking bullshit. Just because you're black or whatever, or white, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, they're making it into a big fucking huge deal. They're exaggerating how big of the story is, or how big, they take a small issue like racism, which is always going to be an issue a little bit. It's always going to be, a little bit of an issue at least. There's always probably going to be some racist people out there on the black and white side. But they take that issue and make it into a huge fucking deal to get people all worked up about each other, and the slaves just go right along with it, especially the black people. They just go right along with it. So let's unite. It's Human History Month this month. It's not Black History Month. Human History Month. Let's unite amongst each other, talk amongst each other, and just let's just align under a common ideal like the liberty, or just basic liberty, meaning that I should be able to say what I want, do what I want, as long as it doesn't affect you. All right, it's basic liberty. All right. So there you go, people. It just really makes me sick, all this racial divide that's being promoted right now, and how the people are just playing right into it. So I want to make this, as I said, a Human History Month to recognize all heroes of the human generation, or the human race over the period of humans who have done great works for just humans in general. So there you go, people. There's my rant on Black History Month.